So, if you live in a place where in that first round you get there and then you vote in that first round and you don't have enough votes to get 15%, um, there's something you can do. So, I want to get you guys aware of kind of what happens at the caucus itself. There's going to be a breakdown where they're going to figure out how many people are for each candidate. There's going to be a round where everybody's going to be allowed, or each group is going to be allowed to send somebody out to make their case as to why they should vote for their candidate, and try to win over the undecideds. Then, once the delegates have been, or I'm sorry, the voting's been tabulated, they're going to make sure that any non-viable candidates are going to have to switch their vote to their second choice. Okay. If they do that again, and there's still candidates that get some votes but are not viable in the second round, then they'll do it again, and they'll keep doing it until everybody's gotten beyond 15%. So now after that first vote, all right, if it turns out that there's non-viable candidates, and if you happen to end up being in one of those groups, the best thing that we can do, in my opinion, I don't work for the campaign, so let's just be clear about that, is to amend the party platform. So, what is the party platform? The party platform is the ethics or the ideology of the party. Like when they set forth some certain ideas that say, these are the things that we believe in. Now, that happens at the local level, and it moves all the way up the chain to the state convention, or to the county convention, to the state convention, and then they vote on it again at the national convention. But each group has their own platform, and then whatever they amend, they make those recommendations to the next group up. So at that precinct, they're gonna put together their amendments, and then they're gonna pass that along to where they vote on those suggestions or those amendments at the state convention. Okay, once those amendments are passed, whatever ones passed are going to be moved up the chain and made as suggestions to the national platform. And normally there's a lot of coordination there, so a lot of times these things are sort of like decided upon by on high and then sent through the ranks by all these different Democratic Party members, different sort of policies and whatnot. But we need to take advantage of this process. The only people that can vote are delegates. Now, if somebody says, hey, Yang Gang person, you don't have enough votes to be viable, and we're all pretty solid hardcore over here, what we want to say is, hey, if we vote for your candidate in the second round, who's going for delegate out of this group? Okay, will you vote for the amendment to include universal basic income and the freedom dividend as described by Andrew Yang to the party platform, because we acknowledge the need created by the fourth industrial revolution and the onset of automation? Now, I made up that wording, but we're going to have to come up with wording that really makes sense, and we're going to have to come up with a proposal too. But if we can bargain with that, then we can get something out of it. So what we're really trying to do is get as Andrew elected, and we're trying to win delegates, but we're also trying to amend the party platform. And delegates need to be the ones to vote on that. Also, they have the power to amend it. But if you guys are in there working with the party and things like that, the main thing we're really going to need to try to do, or that would be more helpful than going about it in that manner, is getting it on the agenda in the first place. So if you can get it on the agenda of your precinct, that's ideal. If you cannot, the delegates have voting power. And so I once again suggest all of you watching learn Robert's Rules of Order. All right, guys, I'm not going to ramble on for too long. I'll elaborate on more about this later. All right, Peace, guys. Yang gang.